Good morning, Kankakee New Freedom Center and Thresholds family and friends. Today for Coffee Talk, I wanted to talk about an issue that I experience, as well as a lot of other older people as you get past the age of 40 maybe. Today's April 27th, it's a Monday. So today I wanted to talk about arthritis and specifically back issues. So I'm 46. I started having arthritis probably began in my mid-30s. So you don't have to be that old to experience arthritis or back problems for that matter. I'm going to talk specifically about degenerative disc disease as it affects the back and spine, which in simple terms is there's these discs that sit in between each spine, each bone in our back, and they're made mostly of cartilage and soft tissue. Well, in my case, one of the discs, or maybe a couple of discs, my lower spine, my back, is degenerating or breaking down. It's shrinking, the tissue is fading away. But that sounds scary, but there's things that I can do. There's things that anybody can do to help with back issues or with arthritis. So there's this list lists 3 different things. And I'm going to start with number 1. It says, stay active to slow down degeneration. So the first thing, you want to alternate 30 minutes of strengthening exercises with low impact exercise, like walking, biking, or swimming every other day, and that can maintain flexibility and mobility, as well as control weight. So we want to be flexible, we want to have mobility for arthritis, but we also want to regulate our weight. We don't want to be overweight because that puts more strain on our bones. The other thing that's important is 5 minutes of stretches, for example, hamstring stretches, and do them first thing in the morning and the last thing before bed. Now, I can't emphasize enough the importance of stretching. Unfortunately, I don't always do it myself, but I can tell you the days that I do get up in the morning and do stretches, it has a tremendous positive effect on my back, on my arthritis, just my general mobility. The second part, modify the activities that stress your back or stress your arthritis. It's not saying don't do them, just modify them. So for the back, for example, you want to have correct posture or use low back support. So when you're sitting, you want to sit with your feet flat and have your posture in your back as upright as possible. And also change position often to relieve stress and increase blood flow. In other words, you don't just want to be sitting around all day or laying in bed all day. You want to get up, be active. Don't sit in one position because the blood flow is going to be dramatically decreased. And when blood flow can't flow correctly, it affects a lot of issues in our body. Lift heavy objects correctly. So we want to remember when we're lifting something heavy, first, don't lift something that's beyond your scope of what you can lift, but also have proper posture. Again, so you want to lift with your back as aligned and straight as possible. Bend at the knees, and keep bending at the knees until you reach the object and lift straight up. And the third thing to modify is a comfortable, supportive mattress. Now, if you can, it's great to get those expensive mattresses. That's really important. It makes a huge difference in our sleep, in our back problems. But if you can't afford an expensive mattress, there's also memory foam mattresses. There's some nice ones out there too. And finally, the third part is improve nutrition to improve lower back health. And again, these apply to arthritis too. There's similar things because it's all in the bones. The first thing is hydration. Hydration can be improved by sipping water throughout the day, especially during and after exercise, as well as eliminating or reducing use of caffeinated drinks such as coffee, some teas, and soda. Now, the reason hydration is important for bones, for arthritis, for back, because in between the bones when you have arthritis, the bones just sit together and they rub up against each other. So you want to get as much hydration and water throughout the day and keep that tissue, the cartilage or the soft tissue, keep it separated so that the bones can have a little softness and cushion in between them. Coffee and caffeine, on the other hand, have the opposite effect, to where they sort of dehydrate us. Caffeinated drinks especially. There's no nutritional value in caffeinated drinks. I say that time and time again. And the final thing is alcohol use should be minimized or eliminated altogether. If we're on medicine, we ideally don't want to be drinking anyways, but you at least want to minimize it. And the reason again is because alcohol is going to dehydrate the body. So that being said, that's my talk for today about arthritis and ways to cope with it and in the back. Thank you all for listening. If you have any comments, feel free to share in the bottom.